What's up, guys? What's up, everybody?
How you folks
Welcome to
doing?
Feel Good Friday.
Yep. Well, we're gonna have some talk session first before we start trying to feel good.
If I can only get
Keep
my
it, brother.
phone to work. I gotta tell you, man, the Wi-Fi here, Spectrum is. I'm not satisfied. Let me just say that. You guys don't need to worry. My laptop is connected, hardwired to the internet. So, but the Wi-Fi ain't happening. It ain't working. It's not working.
Can't you jump on? Do you have a router?
Yep.
So can't you change the setting on your phone to um Wi-Fi, it basically go straight to the router?
No, mine is it's working now. Just had to play with them, give them some tender loving care a little bit. Actually, I whispered to the phone saying, if you don't go on, I'm gonna throw you against that wall. But anyway, so it's all good. I get to see the comments and I get to see the number, and that's it. So guys, welcome. Tonight we got an awesome show. We'll talk, sir, a little bit about the developments because a lot has happened since Wednesday. And then we have Wailua Granola. Talia Carvalho is coming on. She is an amazing young lady that has taken granola to the next level. And she'll be on at 7:20. And then right after that, we'll have Warren Haruki from Grove Farm and Teddy Arroyo from the Kauai Pop Warner Football League to share an amazing partnership that they've joined to help our keiki. And I'm going to leave that for them to talk about. So I'm excited. But before we go there, we just wanted to, of course, wish you guys a happy Friday, happy Prince Kohio Day, a wonderful Prince, a celebration that's worthy of all of us remembering what Prince Kohio has done for us, especially with the Hawaiian Homes situation.
Yep.
Um, but we've also had some COVID developments that we wanted to talk a little bit about tonight. I know we can try and keep it as positive as we can, but I think it's important that we share the information because we've had, as you know, Charlie, we've had some increase in the numbers have increased. Now we're back to triple digits. It's it went up from yesterday. Today, we remember now we're dealing with numbers that are 2 days old. So we'll see what happens in the upcoming days and weeks. But what's interesting is how it's amazing that all the experts, CDC, everybody told the world, told the country, hey, please do not relax your restrictions, even if your numbers are going down because of the surge with the variants. Please don't let your guard down. Don't, please do not consider lifting restrictions. Let this variance come true, but we gotta keep this thing under a tight lid. That's what they've been saying. But no, here comes Hawaii, our governor, our lieutenant governor, and our mayor of Oahu all come in and say, nah, we're different. We're different. We are different. That's not going to happen here. So we released the restrictions. Honolulu released the restrictions significantly because they opened up areas that are prone for exposures and clusters. And the numbers went up. And the numbers went up again today. And people are dying. And I just watched the news before I came on, Charlie, and the mayor in Oahu has opened up weddings now to 100 people, and he is not taking the foot off the gas pedal. He's not concerned with the numbers, so it's quite alarming. And I realize this Feel Good Friday, people, but I want you guys to know that we are watching this, and we just really want you guys, not that you don't already know, but to reinforce the importance of us taking care of ourselves, taking care of our family, our kupuna, our friends, because obviously this state is not. So thank you, Charles.
Well, there's three. Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for those joining us tonight. If you have the opportunity, we ask you to please share this alike with your family, friends, and your colleagues, wherever they may be. Uh, Tonight is going to be a mixed bag of topics that we discuss. Our first guest will be on at about 7:20 p.m. So therefore, we're going to try to dialogue, and it gives us a good time to kind of touch on what Mel has said. But you know, it has become apparent that ideas expressed by the general public or anyone of any type of notoriety, if you're not in the main clique with those final decision makers that can say yay or nay, everything will go as they plan, and all that's going to happen is individually we'll all be frustrated because we'll see certain things happening. That's what happened on Maui. Now today's number is reflective because Maui had a really tremendous jump. They jumped to 44 today, and I know Dr. Pang and his team. They're kind of a little bit frustrated because you know there's certain things they can and cannot do, and but they said you know they never made it a hidden secret. They never made it a hidden secret. But what I did want to say, Mel, is that if we took it from the following standpoint, and that is, there's a lot of bright ideas out there. And you would think that maybe someone would consider something that's said by, doesn't have to be us, could be our viewers. Many of our viewers had good ideas. But when we're trying to stop this virus, I think they're rolling the dice. They're doubling down on the fact that we're getting vaccinated. If we are getting vaccinated the way they say we are, then why is it that we're taking vaccination in increments? That should be a telltale sign. If we're saying that you know we got the highest vaccination rate in the nation, then open it wide up so we can get everyone vaccinated. But you won't. That's why there's a big discrepancy between each of the counties because Hawaii, as you know, we're further advanced than Oahu, and yet Oahu is going by pretty much what the lieutenant governor is saying, and that is they're opening it up to 65 and over, 60 and over, plus with all the other. You know, at this point, if you're saying that we have everyone on board, open it up. Okay, that's one idea. The second thing being, every time that we get blamed for what's happening, one thing to consider is this: the visitor industry has been made very, very clear that under no circumstances, if any of the visitors come out sick or is detected to have COVID, they will be required to quarantine, right? They will be required. No ifs, ands, or buts. Local residents returning from traveling, this is their home. They understand the importance that if they test and they are positive, they're going to keep the okole in one place, right? So if you were to look at the two between a local resident and a visitor, who has more to lose? It's really the visitor because if they come out positive, their vacation is ruined. They're locked down. So why would they want to say anything? So that is why every time when the lieutenant governor scolds the local, goes on media and starts blaming the local residents, because local residents will do what is right, and that is, hey, this is my home. I don't want to get anybody sick. I test positive. I'm going to quarantine. The visitors have nothing to gain by saying anything other than to lose their money, lose their vacation. So they're going to keep quiet and write it out. The danger is if they are sick, they can be infecting people at the same time. But you see, then it goes back to the point. Well, a good majority of the people are vaccinated. Well, say that to the 10 individuals who've been fully vaccinated and all got sick, 9 from Pfizer vaccination and 1 from Moderna. How do you explain that? So that is the reason why it's becoming more and more difficult when the rationale is not there of what we're doing. Really, our elected officials, they really don't care about the people of Hawaii. There's one thing in mind. So you notice something that's very odd too, Mel. Election season, everybody come knocking on your door, right? Vote for me, vote for me. I promise you this, I promise you that. When that's done and the kukai hits the fan, where are these individuals? Nowhere to be found. Because why? It is not election season. Watch when it becomes election season. They're going to start running up that rhetoric. And I hope the people of Hawaii remembers that now. Because, you can only be snowed so many times. So the real thing should be, if you get snowed the first time, then shame on you. You get snowed the second time, shame on me. I should have known better, right? And that's all I got to say.
Well, people gonna remember Charlie because Mel and Charlie gonna remind them.
Yes.
We purposely don't make this a political show, but we will talk about political issues. I mean, don't get us wrong. So trust me, when that time comes, people, at least our viewers and their friends and their viewers and everybody else that gets to see this, will be reminded who voted for what. And you just got to ask yourself, where are they? Where have you heard? What have you really heard from your, and I'm talking to all of us throughout the state, have you heard from your delegation? Have you seen, I haven't seen much. I see Kurt Favela, he does Facebook Lives almost on a daily basis. I cannot see anyone else does. I don't see them. Maybe I'm just not on their network, but why aren't our representatives, our elected officials that represent us standing up and speaking out? It bothers me. So when next election comes around, you see, it's going to be so far down the road that they'll be able to tell you, oh yeah, I didn't support that, even if they did. And if you didn't stand up and speak against it or vote against it, then you're with it. That's just how it works. But most people will not know, most people will forget, and most people will just listen to the sugar-coated speeches that these people make and talk about capital improvement projects. And think about it, guys. Think about it, right? What department, and I'm talking about at a state level, what department has flourished during this pandemic? I mean, take a pick. Unemployment? F. Department of Health? Maybe not an F, but a D. Think about all the different parts of the state. Think about the emergency management system at the state level. Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied with the speeches you hear every day about how safe we are and how okay it is? That we don't have to worry about the numbers? See, because that's what's going to come into play in a couple of years when we get election time. But I promise you, we will remind you folks. We will remind you folks of who voted for what, who spoke up, who stood up, or who had sit down, twiddle their thumbs, and pretend like just go unnoticed. You gotta that's this next election is going to be telling. It's going to be very telling. Now, I suspect that it'll be no different than any other election. And the people with the money will put out nice brochures and do nice television commercials. And they will win again. Because that's how we are. But this pandemic should have woken up a lot of people that typically don't pay much attention to this. Because listen, if you listen to the rhetoric, if you listen to, I mean, seriously, if you didn't know any better and you just watched KHON, you would think that, why would we wear, why should we safe? Do what we want, travel. It como mai, bring all the travelers in, even though everyone else is telling their people not to travel.
Well,
so we just got to remember.
I did put a post out that just to remind people that, the administration is talking about a passport, vaccine passport. Okay. My only question is, Has it been done anyplace else? Is there the mechanism to prevent any kind of fraud from occurring when that happens? Because really, and if you look at some of the stats coming out about the amount of tourists, what happened to those worry about the rebound? Even some of the noted um, individuals who keep track of the amount of visitors we get are saying that they're way ahead of the target as things are happening right now. So why is there a desperation for everybody to come to Hawaii? I have to believe that with the news that's coming out nationally of numbers across the entire United States, and Hawaii being one of, I think maybe one of four that has the lowest in the nation, it would be pretty hard pressed not to want to come to Hawaii, right? Because Hawaii is being touted as one of the safest places. I would say yes, that's true, only if we didn't see any numbers. Because if we were safe, folks, we should not have any numbers, period. And if you were to tell me right now, no, it's understandable, it's allowable that we'll have maybe anywhere between 5 and 10, then you know what? That's 5 and 10 too many. Because 5 and 10 leads to 10 and 20, right? 10 and 20 leads to 20 and 40. It's the multiplier factor. It'll kick in and it's going to do it. It's going to do it. And, there's so many unanswered questions pertaining to how well the vaccines work. We know that the vaccines work very well against the virus itself. But it's funny that when the vaccines were first developed, it never took into account. And, I've looked at every bit of literature that addresses this fact. The vaccines, the developers of the vaccines never took into account of the variants. Because if they did, remember when the first variants started to pop up, and then everybody started to panic? If they took into account when they developed the vaccine that it will be okay, then really nobody should have worried back then. But they were worried. We know it. Everybody knows it. Because why? When news media gets a hold of it, now somebody can say, wow, that's fake news. Okay, but we've heard that before. But guess what? They're talking about subject matters that the layperson doesn't even know about. And they're being educated, you know, vaccine 101 coming on board really fast. So when you got all of these things popping up, how can you dispute that, right? So these people should have known. And the only response that I say that, oh, I should have known. Yeah, I should have known if if I went to school for that. I got masters in that field. I don't, okay? I'm like anybody else. I get sick, runny nose, boom, I sick, okay? But it's I think it's gone to the point that everything is so subjective. And I just want our viewers to know Uncle Charlie is going down the straight and narrow. I'm going to take it head on. And that is, I haven't gotten sick yet. Yes, I have been vaccinated, both shots. But because of wearing a mask, I personally find it has been the best because I was one to get a cold every year. Despite getting my flu shots every year, I still got a cold every year. I had bad cases of pneumonia. I took my pneumonia shots. But since I've been using a mask, guess what? I haven't even come close to it. Knock on wood, I'm a happy camper and I'll continue to wear the mask because I can say with certainty that I am living proof that a mask works. Now, if what I just said is not your cup of tea, then forget about it. Okay, just smile and just forget about it. You can say, oh, Uncle Charlie, you're full of shit. Forget about it. Okay, but I'm just telling you, I'm living proof I don't get sick thanks to that.
We know. I mean, there should be no dispute about the fact that the mask is our best defense. Goes without saying, and if that wasn't the case, we'd have a whole lot more cases. The vaccine protects you. The mask protects others, and as well as yourself. So, I mean, that to me is a no-brainer. I think many of us on this show right now, all of our viewers, I think if you think about it, you think, yeah, that's right. I never get sick. I'm sure, Charlie. I'm sure everybody, when you said that, just went, you know what? I never get sick. I didn't get on cold.
You want to know what's even more miraculous about wearing a mask? Since wearing a mask, I've heard a lot of farts. I haven't smelt it too much, but I've heard it. And the mask works.
It does. My wife wears the mask in the house now because of that. Patsy will wear the mask in the house, especially when we have like Portuguese bean soup or something like that. She gonna put on. I said, you can take off your mask. She goes, nope, no, I'm wearing a mask. You know what I was thinking about today, Charlie, when I heard the lieutenant governor on the news and Mayor Blangiardi. Remember now, go back before the lieutenant governor, before Josh Green flipped over and became a proponent for tourism versus what he was such an adamant advocate for testing and masking and quarantining and isolating and all of this. Before he flipped over, remember, Charlie, you asked him the question. I'll never forget this.
Sure.
At what point do we consider shutting the state down again? Remember what his number was?
7-0.
7-0.
Hawaii 7-0.
Yes,
Not
I'll never forget that for as long as I live. And when you hear him today, or if you know Mayor Blangiardi, that number it's not as important to me, the number of cases. Okay. So I thought about this and I said, imagine if we treated every single safety issue like that. Imagine if we treated every situation, dangerous situation. Imagine, okay? Let's say speeding. And let's just say for some weird reason, the Wailua corridor, the stretch, or maybe some of your speed areas, speed zones up in Oahu or Maui or the Big Island. Imagine if the police chief came out and said, well, we know there's speeding. We know there's some excessive speeding, but we don't have accidents. We don't have people dying. So why should we be concerned about the speed limit, or why should we be concerned about speeding? In fact, go more fast, right? Think about it. You might think I'm joking, but if you think about it, we know the numbers are climbing. We know the variants are climbing. We know that tourism is opening up. We know that visitors are coming in by the droves. We know that Waikiki Beach is full. The Kauai beaches are getting full. The roads are packed again. We know, but what we're going to do, we're going to open up. We're going to allow weddings of 100 people. It's like saying because no more accidents, we're going to increase the speed limit on Wailua stretch to 80. And if we get accidents and people die, then maybe we'll have the discussion about bringing them back down to 50 or 40. Now you think about it, it may sound off the wall, but it's the same analogy. It's the same thing. It is. We're dealing with a virus that kills. And okay, so we got the vaccine. That's like a seatbelt. Okay, wear your seatbelt. It keeps you safe. Less people die if you wear your seatbelt. Same with the vaccine. But you know what? People with seatbelts, wearing seatbelts, die too, if you allow the speeding to continue. And that is my point, Charlie, is there is absolutely no concern in the voices of the Lieutenant Governor, Mayor Blangiardi, because they're going to wait until it's too late. They're going to wait until it's too late. And then, like every other expert we've had on the show or have spoken on the news or in the newspapers, then we get behind the 8 ball. And then it's hard to catch up again. Then we got to shut down again. So think about the analogy of speeding, because it's the same thing. You have a dangerous situation, which is the virus or speeding. But as long as nobody dying, no worry. When people dying, then we start worrying. Then we'll have that discussion, because we really don't want to interrupt our visitors' travel plans. We don't want to do that. We cannot do that. No, hell no. We gotta keep on going. We gotta market the crap out of this state. And the traffic is bad already on Kauai. We're feeling it already. I'm sure it's happening everywhere else. I just frustrated because the tone, the attitudes are very unconcerning. It's yeah, we know. I saw the numbers. That doesn't concern me. Like really, what the hell are you using as a benchmark, bro? Deaths? Wow, this is just it's just not right. It's not right.
I think from a political standpoint, let's consider this. Okay. When Belangiardi came into office, I know his thinking because he said it, and I know some in his inner circle have said this before as well. That I can't do worse than Caldwell. That he said that I can't do any worse than Caldwell, and because everybody's been cooped up and frustrated, I'll probably make more friends if I just open up and roll the dice. Okay, and that's what he's gonna do because there's gonna probably be either a 50-50 split or slightly more that's going to support him because they're going to say, he took the initiative to open up because, this virus, we shouldn't be afraid of it. I'm not saying to be afraid of it. I'm just saying if you're going to talk big, like you get some big, between your legs, when you get sick, don't go to the hospital and put all the burden on the frontline workers to make you better. Okay? Because I don't go for that. When people are just talking schmack, then you know what? You walk on the coals yourself. It's almost like saying, acting up. Remember in school, you're gonna beef with somebody, and you taunting the guy, come on, bro, let's throw. And you're always looking behind, hey, what my other friends stay behind me, right? Always worrying because if I get licking, you're gonna jump in right help me. That's what's happening in this case. If you're gonna talk big, then you know what? I'm pretty sure it's almost similar to those people out in Cayena Point thinking, well, the surf is nice. Let's go jump in the water and see what happens. Send a helicopter because why? No can swim past the surf or come back in. You see, when you get signs, when you get warning signs telling you get danger over there, what makes you think that you can go in a place and you're gonna walk on water? What makes you think that? And I think that goes to what you're saying, Mel, that with the mayor and the position he taking, he taking the thing that, hey, I can walk on water because I can dial this thing back at any time and nothing bad will happen. Well, I mean, I sure don't want to be or have any of my family on Oahu become in that playing field that should that happen, then what? That's why despite, it's unnerving because, my daughter, most of the folks know my daughter. She's a ranking officer in the OCCC, and she's subjected to this every single day she goes to work. And have things gotten better? Not really. But she says, Dad, I promise I'm taking all the precautions. I go, I know, baby. But all you need is one banana to slip past that dragnet and not let you know, and you get tagged by this virus. You know, so for her, the risk is okay, I'm not only going to work to do my job, but I also am going to work to help keep myself safe. What a condition to work under, right? It's like if you were working on a skyscraper and that's all your job is, you want welder on this skyscraper. I think you would tie yourself off to make sure that while you're working, you don't fall off the skyscraper, right? But these guys are rolling the dice and says, hey, we have nothing to fear but fear itself. Excuse me.
Yeah. No, it's sad. It's sad. Robert Ford, former police officer here in Kauai, lives in Illinois. He just said, Brother Mel, it's not just in Hawaii. Here in Illinois, they don't even count vaccinated people against the limited capacity of functions. So if you they don't count the vaccinated people. So I don't know how I can imagine the logistics of just getting that down. I mean, that's incredible.
Right.
So, anyway, we have Talia Carvalho. We will carry this discussion on Monday, people. And we apologize but we felt it was that important because at the end of the day, we're going to rely on ourselves to take care of each other and kind of let the government do what they do and just stay out of dangerous situations. Take care of yourselves and of course, always share aloha. All right. I don't know if you've ever had Wailua granola. This is an amazing person. Patsy, all of Patsy's baking and all of her ingredients with the granola or whatever comes from Talia. If we can get Talia on.
Yes, she's on. She just
Yep,
got to act.
there she is. There she is. How are you, Miss Talia?
Can you guys hear me good?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Can you hear
I'm sorry? Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
me?
Not a bozo.
Oh, look. Just look at this.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. I was just telling the viewers, and I'll put this up later and have you explain what it is, but I was just telling the viewers that all of Patsy's baking, when it involves granola or it comes from you,
Yeah.
and you deliver right to the house. You cannot beat that. So anyway, Talia, thank you for joining us. It's Feel Good Friday. We showcase small businesses here on Kauai and throughout the state. Go ahead and introduce yourself, introduce your business.
Okay. My name is Talia. I was born and raised in Wailua, hence the name Wailua Granola Co. I started baking granola probably in 2017. It was just a hobby. I made it for friends for Christmas. I gave it as gifts, and my friends told me that they liked it and I should sell it. And I kind of just brushed them off, you know. And then when the pandemic hit, everyone was kind of at home and I was bored. So I started baking more. I kind of threw it out there on my social media that if anybody was interested, that I could make for them and I can, meet up with them. And it kind of grew from there. Then I had, businesses interested that wanted to carry. So eventually I got, everything legal. I got the commercial kitchen and, the license and all of that. And it's just been growing ever since. It's been a blessing and we're shocked that it's.
Well, I have a question for you. A person who is not a granola fan, so I'm sure there's many out there, but it's like some of the foods that you have that's bland and you have to add some things here and there to make it more palatable and more enjoyable. What do you find as your product that kind of stands out? Because, I've heard a lot of talk that your granola stands out above the rest. So I want to know what makes it go to that point so that I'm willing to try it, because like I said, I'm not a granola fancier, but from the reports I've had from many individuals, they said, brother, I know you don't like granola, but you just got to try this because it won't even taste like granola. I know the texture, but the flavors, what is some of your secrets without revealing your recipe? And don't mind Mel, because that's rude to eat while we were interviewing a guest. It's very rude.
Well, it's actually both. So to me, it's the texture and the flavor and the ingredients that I use. So one of the reasons why I started making my own granola is because the granola that I would find in the stores had a lot of additives, things you can't pronounce, things I didn't really want to feed to my kids. And people who know me well, they know that I'm really picky with what I feed my family. So a lot of the ingredients that I use, I try to stay organic. So a lot of the ingredients are organic. Um, a lot of it is local. So like our coconut, I hand cut all of the coconut. It's fresh coconut. I don't really like to, that's my daughter.
Beautiful.
I don't really like to use the packaged coconut because it just doesn't taste the same.
Mhm.
Also, the honey, I use a local honey from Anahola, Anahola Royal Honey. He's been my go-to since day one. So I try to use, good ingredients, minimal sugar, and the texture is also where the reason why I actually wanted to make my own. I always find that granola is kind of soggy or it's really hard, and I kind of like, I like it crunchy, I like it crispy, and that's kind of how I have my granola made. Um, just everything about it is what I like, and I'm glad that other people enjoy it too. One of my favorites, or one of my kids' favorites, are the granola chunks. So right there, you can see the granola chunks is basically all the good stuff that people pick out of like the original bag. So it's all the honey clusters that people like. So they'll pick that out, but I just made a bag because of customers' requests. They basically asked me to make the granola chunks by itself.
Well, it's
So
just like brittle, right? Like brittle, when they pour it on the table, you let it set up and then you'll break it from there, right? Pretty much.
pretty much, yeah. Yeah,
Right.
so I do listen to my customers. This is another product. The walnuts was actually from a seasonal flavor in November. So November, I had a pumpkin crunch seasonal granola. Um, the walnuts I candied myself. So these are candied walnuts that I make. Um, Customers had asked if I can just sell the candied walnuts, even though the granola was not being made anymore. So
Mhm.
I do, and people love it. So I want to make what my customers are asking for.
Wow.
Um, the granola spread is a very new concept. It's basically all of the ingredients you would find in granola, but it's processed into a spread. So what kind of binds it together and makes it that spreadable texture is tahini. I
Mm.
use organic tahini to bind everything together to give it that smooth texture, that spreadable and dippable texture. But it basically tastes like liquid granola.
Okay.
You know, the candied walnuts. Carly, I'm gonna get you
No,
candied.
I am gonna try because I've heard, but like I said, I'm not a granola fencer, but from the reviews from individuals that I know, they say, hey, you gotta try this.
This
Yeah.
you can, like Patsy likes to put this just in the yogurt, but the walnuts, I will challenge anybody that if you can stop before you eat the whole whatever, what do you call that? A tray or what? Container. If you can stop, I'll pay for that container for you because you cannot. I eat the whole thing.
Maybe
The
you just
whole,
did something that's very interesting. You said that Patsy puts it on yogurt. Maybe that's why I don't eat granola because I don't like yogurt either. But
I don't eat yogurt.
I'll try. I'll try.
I'll eat that, bro. I'm telling you right now. This is it right here. This is the granola. This is the main thing. I'm telling you. Look. I found a little almond in here, but you see, like this right here. This Charlie. I'm not a granola guy. Trust me. Talia made me a granola guy. It's her fault.
Those are
Okay.
the
It's delicious, and
Oh
actually
my.
lives right down the road.
I
So
know.
it
I
was
think
interesting. Started out as a hobby back in 2017, and we often talk about the positive things that come out of the pandemic. I mean, there are, a lot of things we talk about are negative, but the pandemic actually elevated your business, and it created an opportunity for you to grow and sorry, I get my granola. But
Where's the
where can
factory?
people find people find besides the
Yeah.
website, which is wailuagranola.com? And I encourage all of you to go on there tonight and make your order. But can we find it in local stores over here?
Yeah. So if you are in Kapaa area, there's a boutique called Rock Salt Plum, and it's kind of near Kauai Juice Company. She carries my granola. My three basic flavors are basically original cacao and peanut butter. Those are the three flavors I started off with. And those are the most popular. Also in Lihui, there is Aloha Ginger Beer. Aloha Ginger Beer is fairly new. I know him from working in the same commercial kitchen that he used. We worked in there kind of at the same time for a little bit. And he opened his own space. So that's near Aloha Roastery in Lihui. Also Kipu Ranch. They are probably my biggest supporters since day one. She actually is the reason why I started doing wholesale. You know, she bought my granola from me. I know her outside of granola, and they give it on all of their tours. They give it to each customer on their tours. So that's awesome. And that's how a lot of people have been trying it too. And they do like the smaller 2-ounce bags. And then Kukui Ula store on the south side, they have all of my flavors. So they have the original, the cacao, the peanut butter, and all the gluten-free in those flavors. So there's gluten-free options for each.
This
Now,
spread is out of stock. It's out of stock on the website. Can they get this at the stores, at the shops that you just described?
The only store they can get it at is Kukui Ula store.
Kukui Ula store.
Yeah, on the south side. So she's actually going to start carrying it tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be her first day carrying it. I'm going to deliver it there, and I'll also be at a pop-up at her store tomorrow. She just started doing the Saturday pop-ups again. I think she started last week. But tomorrow will be my first pop-up at Kukui Ula store. So I'll be there from 11 to 2 also.
So are you planning to restock online to get people who want to purchase online?
For the spread, I was actually contemplating not, because I wanted to see how it would do in Kukui Ula store.
Okay.
Reason being is because of the shelf life. So I can't make it in advance too far because I want to keep it fresh. So everything is kind of made to order. I don't like anything sitting. So everything you get is really fresh, and that's how I like to keep it. So that's part of the reason why it's out of stock online, is I just kind of did that today, just to see how it's going to do in Kukui Ula store.
It does say keep at room temperature for up to 15 days, and refrigerate for up to 30. So this is fresh stuff, people, no preservatives. And that's a good thing. You know, when you're eating this stuff, this is like real preservative-free, healthy stuff. So it feels good.
Well,
Charlie, it is possible to have healthy food that tastes good, you know. It is possible.
I'm looking into, plant-based foods. They have, like plant-based chicken. I'm going to, I know that cows eat grass, so that's plant-based. So I'll eat my prime rib. That's plant-based prime rib.
If it's grass-fed,
there you go. There you go.
I bet,
think,
Charlie, I bet this would go really good on a Snicker bar. I think you dip the Snicker bar in this spread, and oh man.
Brother, you know where that would go good right now is a scoop of Haagen-Dazs vanilla on a waffle cone and sprinkles, and just, the granola itself, and just take that cone and smash the ice cream down in the granola and have an ice cream cone like that right now.
I've actually eaten it like that, We've
Yep.
actually done it like that. Vanilla ice cream with the cacao granola on top. Because it's
Oh,
like chocolate granola.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, I tell you what, we don't have ice cream, but we have to send Patsy out to go get some ice cream tonight to sprinkle my little granola. 'Cause I won't eat it in yogurt. Nope, nope. Not a yogurt guy.
Acai bowls are good.
But the I gotta tell you, man, that walnuts, the candied walnuts are crazy. It's nuts. It's no pun intended, but it's nuts. It's delicious. What's your biggest seller? Is it the granola itself, or is it your other products?
The original granola is the biggest seller. Yeah. I think everyone kind of tends to go towards the original because it goes good with more things than the flavored ones. So I have a lot of customers who like to eat their granola on acai bowls. We eat acai bowls like every week, which is why another reason why I started making my own granola too, is because we eat a lot of granola. So um, a lot of people eat it on acai bowls or yogurt or plain. They give it to their kids for snack.
Mhm.
My kids like it for snack.
I I have the original, I believe, yeah, original granola, and I get tell you, it's not, it's tasty. It's really tasty.
Yeah,
You know,
And I didn't
I
realize you hand cut the coconut. Oh my gosh.
I
yeah,
think I think why I might be shell shocked. I was just thinking about it because several times, you know, the Nature Valley granola, those granola bars. You know, the first couple bites is okay, but then after a while, when I think it's sloshing in your mouth, it's just like cardboard, right? And you're telling yourself, okay, now how am I gonna swallow this thing? And I think that's why I got a little bit afraid of granola. But it sounds to me that this is totally different. This experience will be totally different. I think I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Definitely give it a try.
Hmm,
yeah. It's totally different from Nature Valley bars.
totally,
Yeah, I know what you're
totally.
talking about. Yeah. And then I changed my labels too. So I have the different colors for the different flavors.
Oh,
I do this brown color for the cacao. And then I do this mustard color for the peanut butter. And
and
then the
then
one, yeah,
this one is for the original. They're so pretty. You got the sleeping giant with some, I don't know if my lighting is so bad, but you can see the sleeping giant barely with this rotten setup I have. But there's a sleeping giant in the background and the coconut trees, I guess maybe from cocoa palms, I don't know.
yeah, it's Wailua River.
The Wailua River, awesome. All right. So, Celia, again, wailuagranola.com.
And then I
Yeah.
have Instagram too.
Oh, go ahead. What's the Instagram?
Instagram is Wailua Granola Co. Yeah.
Okay.
Wailua Granola Co. Everybody goes Instagram. Check it out, guys. And again, one more time, where can people locate the products itself? I know you're doing a pop-up tomorrow, but can you go over the shops one more time?
Kapa'a will be rock salt plum. Lihui will be Aloha ginger beer. Then Kipu Ranch gives it on their tours, and then Kukui Ula store on the south side. And there's a couple other places that are in the works. If you've been following me on Instagram, you kind of might have an idea. It's not really public yet, but there's a couple other places that will have my granola soon.
Now, what about the other islands? Would you think of expanding to like Maui, Big Island, and Oahu with your products?
Would, yeah, I would. If the opportunity arose, then I definitely would be open.
Mhm.
The opportunity hasn't arose yet, and I haven't reached out. Partially because I'm Hapai. So
All right.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Congratulations.
yeah, so I'm trying to plan around that. My due date is June 9th, so I have a couple more months.
Now, do you
Oh,
have
wow.
workers that do this operation with you, or this is strictly a family-run business?
Just myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my kids help like label the bags and stuff like that, but all the baking is done by myself.
All right.
All right, guys. WailuaGranola.com, Wailua Granola Co. Co. on Instagram. For all of you guys that are on Kauai, tomorrow between 11 and 2, go to Kukuyula Shopping Center between 11 and 2. Go see Talia, buy your stuff, try it out, take a picture, post it, support local guys. Please go show her that we can support them. Unbelievable. One woman operation. Come off of a hobby, pandemic actually grew the business, and that's so amazing. So happy to know you, and
Hey, Mel.
so thankful that we live so close.
Yeah.
Mel, your friend from Illinois, Mr. Ford, is he from there, Illinois?
Yes.
Well, he's a very close supporter, and he's ordering as we speak. So he's ordering from Illinois your products right now.
Oh, awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Mahalo, Robert.
Thank you.
Hey, don't forget, Robert. When the thing comes in, you take a picture and you post it. Support local, bro. You still a Hawaii boy, guy. You'll be back one day. I don't know what the hell got you to Illinois, but you'll be back one day. Oh, I'm
Yep.
sorry. Kukuyula store or Kukuyula Shopping Center?
Kukuyula store.
Store.
Oops. Rewind.
Where
A store in Koloa. Kukuyula store, 11 to 2. Oh boy.
That's the
Over-
one with the yellow submarine in the front. That's the one, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
sorry, guys.
they have
Kukuyula store.
they have the natural food store also in the Kukuyula shopping center. So we don't want to get that mixed up.
Yeah, not tomorrow you go Kukuyula store. Sunday you can go to the shopping center. Tomorrow you go to the Kukuyula store 11 to 2 and go show Talia some love and buy some stuff, and don't forget post them. Support local, guys. That's what this is all about.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, Talia. Any other closing words for our viewers?
Thank you guys for watching. You can always DM me if you have questions about my product or message me on my website too. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, at Kukuyula store.
Sounds like a
Right.
plan. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm gonna go eat my cannot wait. Thank you. Take care.
Take care now. Aloha.
Awesome. What a story, man. That's what it's all about. Local
Yeah.
girl doing well from a hobby. I love it. And the stuff is really good, man. I gotta tell you, Charlie. I'm gonna get you some walnuts and it'll blow you
Well,
away.
I cannot, the walnuts I cannot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's the only thing, walnuts, because I don't know what it is that thing in the walnut. When I eat, I had it bad one year that I ate the thing that whatever that thing is in the walnut, it got stuck in my teeth. It took me almost a year to take it out. So that's why I can't eat walnut. No, only kid.
I was gonna say, Charlie, I love you so much. You're a brother to me. I would say just suck all the granola and then spit out the walnuts, and then I'll eat the walnuts. All right. Next up, we got you're a sick man, buddy. We got Teddy Arroyo and from Kauai Papuana Football League. There's Teddy.
Oh,
Warren Haruki from Grove Farm. Aloha, Teddy. Aloha, Teddy. You are
Right.
live.
no, his microphone.
He looked angry.
Okay, there you go. Teddy, you can hear us, Teddy.
Oh yeah, now I hear you guys.
There you go, brother. Good to
Angry,
see you.
Teddy. You had a rough day
Yeah,
today.
you too.
It's a happy show, man. Feel good Friday, bro.
Oh yeah, happy Aloha Friday, everyone.
Oh, and there's Warren Haruki.
Okay.
He's trying to figure it out too.
No, you remember
Yeah,
the guy
yeah.
from the Rowan and Martin Laughing? And the guy always had a German helmet and he would kind of peer out between the leaves of the grass. Warren has that grass background over there. Like you say, peeking through the grass.
Guinea grass, I think.
Charlie, I think we need to go over to Warren's house with a couple of weed eaters and help him. His grass is kind of tall.
Guinea grass.
All right, guys. Hey, everybody. As you know, Feel Good Friday, we want to share what's going on in the community, support local businesses. We got Teddy Arroyo from the Kauai Papuana Football League and Warren Haruki from Grove Farm, and wanted to share a little bit about what's happening. They've partnered up in something that's so amazing, and we want to talk about that. We spoke about it on Wednesday night about a event that's coming up tomorrow. But Teddy, why don't you start, Teddy? Talk a little bit about Pop Warner, and then Warren, share how you and Grove Farm got into this partnership.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Teddy,
well,
you-
sorry, go ahead, Uncle.
no. You up first, my brother.
Okay. Yeah, we're very blessed to be partnered up with Grove Farm. Warren Haruki, the president of Grove Farm. Papuana started in 1962, and it's been very strong. We want to look at ourselves as more than just a football and cheer scholastic program. We want to also give back to the community, because many of these young men and young ladies that do football and cheer, they're going to become coaches, they're going to become business people, they're going to get their own family. But we want to go out and give back to the community through these hard times. And we didn't play the Maytag man, sit by the phone and wait till the phone ring and say, hey, you know what, football season, let's everybody get excited. No, we've been doing a lot of fundraisers. We've been doing a lot of giving back to the community with the bentos, food drives. Auntie Stefaniona, hats off to her. She got us involved in so many stuff. And this is one of the reasons why we're here today with Warren, because of her.
Awesome. I know there's been a lot of things. And one of the things that, there's so much good that has been going on in the pandemic that goes unrecognized. And Teddy, you and your organization has done so much. Warren, with Grove Farm. Warren, thank you I know you're a busy guy, man. I know you're asked to be on all the major network TV channels, and you took the time to be with us tonight. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about Grove Farm and what's happening with Pop Warner.
Well, Grove Farm, as you guys know, is one of the larger landowners on Kauai. Our lands are like 37,000 acres of land, basically from just beyond Hanamalu all the way to pretty much the bypass road going to the Grand Hyatt, the Poipu'ukolo area. So with that 37,000 acres of land, we have all kinds of different things: commercial, industrial, residential, renewable energy, lots of farmers, ranchers. And we have many very important infrastructure components that provide energy, water, and other things for the island. So that comes with a huge responsibility as well. And we also feel that, we really should be giving back to the community. You asked me how this thing came about, and besides my Grove Farm job, I have a part-time job and I work for Auntie Steph. So like today she called me up and she gave me like 3 different things that I had to do. So I followed up, and not all of them are done yet. So give me more time. But she was the one that first talked to me about the Pop Warner's predicament in the pandemic. And we decided to help out. We gave $15,000 to the Pop Warner League to buy a very, very good out screen. And the concept was that Teddy and his group would use it for fundraising. But because you have this big screen, you can do many other things. You can show lights, you can have award ceremonies, you can have all kinds of different things. So there's multiple uses for the big screen, and they tested it out about a month ago at our Puakea Golf Course. Tomorrow night will be the first event at the Puhi Park with 100 cars. So let's say, several hundred people will benefit from this. And I do know that they plan to also go to the west side. So we're happy to partner with them. Pop Warner has been around, as Teddy mentioned, for many decades. And, people like Dick Ueoka were involved way back then. I know that one of our staff members, Boa Koba, spends a lot of time, announcing Pop Warner games, and Patsy and Mel have been very integrated into this organization as well. So we're happy to support these kinds of organizations.
Thank you, Warren. I just wanted to, I don't know if you all heard, it was $15,000 that was donated for this purpose. And Terry, tomorrow night is really the first public um, use of this screen. So you want to talk a little bit about that and share with our viewers. Like I said, we spoke about it on Wednesday, but for those that are here on Kauai, what are you doing for the kids? And it's
Well,
free. It is free.
Yeah, Mel. Well, first of all, I want to thank Warren Hariki and his staff at Grove Farm. We are very humbled and blessed to have a $15,000 donation. When he called me, I remember that Thursday night, he said, "Hey, Ted, I got an idea. I got an idea for fundraising, and why don't we meet, set up a meeting?" And we met in his office, and I was kind of blown away. Like, he handed us a check right there, and he said, "This is what you guys can do with it." And this is what he already had the screen set for us. He, checked online and what is the best screen to provide, we could buy. So we also chipped in $5,000. We was able to make it happen thanks to, Warren and his staff at Grove Farm. And we're very blessed, coming from a youth organization. That's the biggest, 11 years I've been on the board. Honestly, that's the biggest donation we ever had, $15,000. And we're going to make good use of it, because I think what Warren shared with us, and I truly believe, is bringing back the grassroots on helping the community and always being there, and we want to be part of that, in Pop Warner. We want to be part of that, and we're very blessed to be our first movie night tomorrow night at Puhi Park. And we all agreed that we wanted to do it the first night at Puhi Park. And Grove Farm and Nikki Iggy been a blessing in helping us get everything organized, for tomorrow night. And we're excited. The gates open at 6 p.m. We're going to have a mini food booth. And we're going to have popcorn. We'll get pateli plates. We're going to get drinks. We're going to get hot dogs. You need to have a radio, FM radio. Basically, it's going to be first come, first serve basis. And we're very excited leading up to this point. And, we was able to test it on Grove Farm Pokia Regency Golf. And thank you, Warren, for allowing us to do that. And it was very successful. We invited only our board members. We kept it small in case we ran into any technical problems. I just want a big shout out to Blaine Agena. He's our, what I call an IT guy, putting all of this together, making sure everything works and all of that, and he did a great job, setting it up for tomorrow night, setting up the screen and all of that. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited now. Just keep in mind, we need to follow COVID-19 rules that does apply. And it's also a drug and alcohol-free event. Yeah. So please keep that in mind. We're looking forward to having, many people come out of their house and enjoy, one night out there on Saturday night. And I'm just hoping the weather, stands up.
Well, I'd like to also share to Warren. I see Gladys Baisa is sending a shout out to you. Long time no see on the island of Maui. But there's for those that don't know Mr. Haruki, I know. Are you still with Maui Land and Pine, or was with Maui Land and Pine? Are you still with them?
I still am CEO of Maui Land and Pineapple.
Yeah, so you got Maui Land and Pine, and before that you were with Hawaiian Telp, correct?
Yeah, and Parker Ranch, yes.
Parker Ranch. So a good friend of mine, I haven't seen him in a while. He talked about you greatly. He worked with me down at the airport post 9/11. Alani Simonson, you remember him?
Yes.
Yeah. So he and he talked about you a lot. But for those people, I think what Teddy is saying and what Warren is saying is that we got to get back to the basic, and that is making contact within a community, people helping people. I think when we started to delve into the 21st century, everything was so high tech. There's this distance, a natural distance built up. But I think we need to get back to people helping people, especially during the troubled times, the hard times, where even though we can practice the protocols of COVID by social distancing, wearing the mask, we still can make that one-to-one contact. And it's nothing wrong in asking for help, because I always believe if you can help, you can help. But if you don't ask, you don't know, because we don't read minds, right? And so we have to believe that again, what Teddy is doing, and I've had the opportunity to work with Teddy through you, Mel. Thanks to you, that's how I got to meet Teddy. And I can only say one thing: our children are our future. And if we don't teach it in the right way, things can get out of hand really fast. And I am so blessed to to know these fine gentlemen on screen with us tonight joining us.
I mean, Pop Warner clearly is much more than a sport. You know, it's teaching the kids life lessons, and everything we're trying to do at Grove Farm is to build a sustainable island. And we were fortunate, you know, to grow up in a time where people took care of one another. We shared stuff with our neighbors and our friends and our family. I actually had to help milk cows and raise chickens and vegetables and fruits, but we had what is called, we never knew the term sustainability at that point, but in many ways that's what we were. So we're just trying to recreate that, you know, for today, and especially for the, you know, the future generations, so that they can have that same kind of life that we all lived. One of the things that we're trying to do for Grove Farm is we're trying to also spend a lot of energy trying to preserve our culture. And by that, I'll give you like 3 categories in one example. The 3 categories that we're trying to spend a lot of time on is trying to preserve the stories, the mo'olelo, and we put that on our website. And the second is music, or mele, and we have a whole section where we want to feature Kauai composers. And the last one is recipes, and you know, we're fortunate to have many contributing cooks, chefs, bakers. And Patsy Raposo sent us a recipe, and we'll do so again with the Pop Warner group. So those 3 areas is where we want to make sure we preserve that, because it'll be lost. And an example of applying this is we have a new subdivision planned right by the Judiciary Building, Judiciary Police, that intersection right there by the airport. And in that subdivision, as well as the one across the street, we call Ahokini Makai, and the one that's on the Makai side by the airport, all of 3 of those areas, we had to develop the plans for it, and we have all these streets. So we named all of the streets after songs written by Kauai composers. And the main intersection is going to be Kamalani and Pua'olena. So Kamalani is, you know, Larry Rivera, and Pua'olena is the late Jimmy Kaholokula. So it's trying to remember or preserve those kinds of things through those types of actions.
Oh,
Wow.
that and you can find that on the Grove Farm website, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Check it out, guys. Check it out. You know, it's almost a perfect match, Grove Farm and Pop Warner. I mean, Pop Warner, you know, one of the greatest organizations I think I've ever seen as far as youth sports and scholastics, and like Terry said, it's a lot more than football and cheer. And just partnering with Grove Farm, who is such the priority is so high on culture and sustainability. I think it's a perfect match. And this thing that's going on tomorrow night, I think I'm going to pop it up real quick. Again, it's free, people, and I'll post this picture up again tonight on my page. All you got to do is scan that barcode or QR code, and you can register and get your free ticket. If you did want to purchase food or make a donation, you scan the second QR code, and you can do all of that online. And then you just show up tomorrow, and you'll be guided to where you got to go and watch this movie. The movie is Sonic. What was it? Sonic. I cannot find that picture, unfortunately. What was it?
Sonic Cage. It's like I think it's like a half cartoon, half regular actors.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. It'll be. Oh, here we go. I think this is it. Hang on.
It's called no, it's called Sonic Boom.
Oh, I said it wrong.
No, only teasing.
I got it. It's right there. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
There we go. That's actually me right behind Sonic. That's my movie, my first acting debut. So go check it out. And that's Charlie. Charlie's playing Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yep.
So Teddy, this year, what's the future for Pop Warner now with the pandemic? Or it's been a year. Are we looking at starting up again?
Yes, definitely. We're looking at starting up the 2021 season in July. We have a lot of great things coming out. Basically, we're going to open out all our divisions unlimited weight. It's happening, nationwide. And our cheer program is, I personally feel, is one of the best in the nation. We won many, many championships, as you know. And Mel, if many of you people out there don't know that Mel was the regional director for Kauai Pop Warner, for the region, the West Coast region, for many years, as well as Judge Edmund Akoba. We had really well representative on this island, at holding one of the highest levels in a national Pop Warner. And we're very blessed because, people like Mel, he helps us Pop Warner planning, give me a lot of great advice, so we're very, very blessed. I mean, this little island, we produce a lot of not only, cheer, but scholastic winners at the national level. And we have one national football. Remember Lihui? Mario Longboy was the head coach, the Pee Wee division, right? We were the first Hawaii team in the history to win a national championship. And then Waianae came around, I think it was 3 years ago. Waianae was a second team that won the division, at the national level. So, this island that we live on, we're so grateful, and we're so grateful to have great leaders, like you and Uncle Charlie putting on this show and keeping everybody informed. Warren from Grove Farm, who's going out and giving back to the community and finding ways, to bring back the culture, like he said. And I think it's great. And we're very blessed on a Pop Warner level to surround ourselves with great people like you guys. There's a saying in Pop Warner,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Well, while we try to fix that, I would like to say that
Teddy, you froze up for a little bit. You said there's a saying in Pop Warner. What was that?
Oh, yeah. So there's a saying we say in Pop Warner: managers manage for tomorrow, leaders lead for the future. And what we want to do is lead for the future with these young men and these young ladies, and that is our whole purpose of sports, is to get them out there to build friendship, to build, sportsmanship, but also learn the culture, and working with each other. So I'm very excited. Like I said, one thing I got to say, Mel, and I want everybody to know that, we have, Kauai Pop Warner is not just because I'm the president, but I think I surrounded myself with very great people. Blaine Agana, Jeannie Agana, Randy Leventhal, Arnold Cruz, Miller Rapanaut, Rosie Jervis, Jolina Felix Camoy, and Patsy Raposo. They just bring in just different personalities and ideas, and I always joke around with them. Hey, I don't manage you guys, micromanage you guys. You guys micromanage me, and I think that's why we're very successful. And every association out there, real quick now, Lonnie Kami from Kapa, Renee Kawakami from Lihui, Marnie Fernandez from Kekaha, Alden Pablo from Hanapepe, and Renel Jervis from Koloa. Hats off to all of these people. They're the reason why Pop Warner is successful, because they take time away from their families or whatever their busy schedule is through this hard time and go out and try to give back to the community. So for this one whole year, it's our turn as youth sports coaches and Kauai Pop Warner to give back to the community who supported us for over, I would say 59 years, so it's a great blessing. And again, thank you, Warren, for what you're doing for us. Honestly, I just excited, and Auntie Stephanie Iona for leading us the way. She's been a big blessing. And Mel, remember now, you introduced me to Auntie, 6 years ago, and here we are today. Surrounding ourselves with Ron Kochi, Senator, Congressman Kai Kahele, very great people besides you and Charlie. So I just want to thank you guys and behalf of Kauai Pop Warner. We're very humbled, to be surrounded with great leaders like you guys.
Well, I would like to say that I am humbled that I can share my wife with all of you folks, that you probably see her more than I do. So I'm glad she's helping you folks out. But I did want to say one thing, and that is for the people of Kauai to have this understanding. A lot of you have worked so hard in trying to make things happen, and things just maybe for some reason or another didn't go your way. But as long as you keep on working hard, there's always people like Warren, Teddy, even us, Mel, and myself, always going to be there for give 100%, because it's about helping people. It's people helping people. We got a special community here. And, like I said before, Teddy, when I first met you, you know, me and the wife, we're from Honolulu. You know, we're not Honolulu. We're not from Kauai, but man, we owe so much to Kauai for adopting us and for letting us be part of the community. And so that's why we always try to find ways to do whatever we can. And I think, you know, again, I like the fact that, you know, just by you saying, oh, this event is going to be drug and alcohol free. You know, I know you didn't have to say that, but you said it because you really want the message to be heard out there that, you know, this is a time for families to have fun with their children, come out. And so everybody has fun. You don't have to have somebody that's going to ruin the fun. So I think folks, you know, if you're going to go, please, it's good to have fun in a good and clean way. That when the night is over, we can say, hey, we had a good family night out. Because I think that's what's missing nowadays. Even though with this pandemic, we've been cooped up, still yet people are missing that family night where you can, you know, maybe you see somebody that you know, you're gonna have to distance, but now you have maybe a more looser restriction to the point that you can at least sit across from each other, still talk story and enjoy a beautiful event. I think that's what it's all about, right? It's having a
Yes,
great.
yeah. Definitely, Charlie. Thank you.
All right, what else is going on with Grow Farm? I mean, you know, I've, you know, obviously have known Warren for a long time and quite familiar with some of the stuff that Grow Farm is doing. But you know, sustainability is the buzzword now, and you know, I call it the plantation mentality. Some people think we should get rid of it. I think we should keep it. I think the plantation mentality is what keeps everybody together, keeps families together, allows families to share. But Grow Farm has been instrumental in so many ways. What else is going full blast right now for you guys as it relates to, like you said, the culture and sustainability?
Well, we can talk for a long, long time, but I'll just talk about a few things. I mean, we feel that having a sustainable food strategy for the island is very important. And Grow Farm has tried many, many different things. We have about 130 farmers and ranchers that are on our lands, and we dedicated 12,500 acres of land in this process called important agricultural lands. So that means that we can never do anything else with those lands except for agriculture, which is what our intent was. So we want to grow more of what the island eats and needs, and we're gradually, you know, making progress there. We created this Puhi Park Produce, which is every Saturday, and we're coming upon 1 year. We have 60 plus vendors that have been participating in this, and I would say with each passing month, the attendance has grown and grown and grown. So we thank everybody who has patronized that market. The vendors are super grateful because they really didn't have any place else to go to sell their produce. The produce was just basically rotting, and you know, they were able to come to this location in a very they always talk about how good the feeling is to be around in that park and to meet others, and you know, just to have some social time. So that's just very important. We also have a commercial kitchen that is being built because we want to enable people who want to process foods to be able to do that. And we created an iconic brand that we want to market all of these things in underneath, and that brand is called Wai Ali Ali. So that's, you know, our sustainable food kind of strategy. We have a lot that we do, Mel, in the way of water. Grow Farm has a lot of critical water infrastructure for the island. We have a water purification plant that serves 20+% of the island's population. We have wells throughout our lands, and we have like many, many big important reservoirs. During the recent floods, you know, we monitored those reservoirs. They performed as they were designed. The water levels came up. In some cases, it went over the spillway, but it performed exactly as it was supposed to. And the reservoirs serve many, many important public uses. You know, we serve, like I said, drinking water, but it also provides irrigation for many of the public locations, stadium fields, soccer fields, the airport gateway, and it's critical for the farming and the ranching that, you know, we talked about. We we have a lot of problems as this island with albizia. The albizia is very invasive. It's a weak tree. It falls down. It creates, clogged up waterways. You can see what it's done to the Wailo River and the bridge, and now our beaches are just filled with all this albizia branches and tree stumps. So whatever people can do to ultimately get rid of it, that would be great. We're very fortunate that we have Kauai Green Energy, who is doing a great job in the renewable energy field, because they take that albizia and they use it as a feedstock to create power for the island. So that's a great thing, but it does cause a lot of environmental issues, primarily flooding and clogging up the waterways. So people should be mindful of that. We're doing a lot in renewable energy, Mel. And if you look at, I would say over the past maybe 40 years or so, Grow Farm has been the leading developer or builder of affordable homes and market-based homes for Kauai residents. We're not in the luxury business, we're not in the resort business, but we're building for the local residents. And nobody has done more, total affordable homes and market-priced homes that are being sold to local residents. So we're proud of that, and we will continue to focus on that, because that's all part of building a sustainable island for the future.
I think a lot of that goes unrecognized. I talked to Warren several weeks ago about having him on for a show just for himself, just for Grow Farm, because there's so much to talk about, and we will definitely do that. What time tomorrow is the farmers market on Saturdays?
It opens at 9:30, so come on down. There's a lot of parking, and then we're opening additional parking. We're getting all of the additional parking ready, so we think that there'll be over 200 stalls total, which will make it very easy for people to go and get their produce, fruits, processed foods, and foods to eat.
So we have your day set up, people, tomorrow, and I made it a little backwards. 9:30, you go to the farmers market at Puhi, Grow Farm Park in Puhi. From there, you go right up to Kukui'ula store, and you go pick up your Wailua granola. Right, go see Kaylee over there, pick up your granola and your granola spread, and then go home, bocha, eat your food that you just said bye, and then come back to Grow Farm Park at Puhi at 6 o'clock for the free movie night with you and your ohana. We have your day all set up for you guys, people. That's the beauty of this show. Now you guys don't need to think, what am I going to do tomorrow? We know. Grow Farm Farmers Market, Kukui'ula store for the pop-up, and then back to the park for the movie. How's that? Is that a good schedule or what, Terry?
Oh yeah, awesome. Thank you, Mel.
And don't
I'll
forget
be there.
it.
I'll be there tomorrow night. Not sure if I'm gonna be watching Sonic or not, but we will be there helping. Patsy and I'm gonna help out, deliver food or whatever you guys want. But we just want everybody to go, take advantage. I wish we had back in the day opportunities where we could. We never had a drive-in theater on Kauai. We never had that opportunity for the family to sit in a car and watch a movie. So I hope that our viewers will participate. Again, I will post that up on my page, so you can scan the QR codes and get your tickets and order your food if you want to. And we just hope it's a really, really good turnout tomorrow night.
Teddy, I hope you folks have complimentary wake-up calls, because back in the old days, like Wailai Drive-In, Kailua Drive-In on Oahu, it's been many times I fall asleep, and when I wake up, get the people clean up, the popcorn wrappers on the ground. They're like, bro, the show over already, gotta go.
Yeah, we're gonna have what you might say a mini ceremony opening. Welcome the people in. This is the first time, for Papuana doing a movie night. And we're very excited. We kind of planned this for over 1 month, going over the details all the way till today. And, I want to thank Patsy. She's making the desserts. So definitely, you guys want to come out and taste some great desserts. Patsy is making it. You only see it on Facebook. Now you get a chance to taste it. We just blessed.
let me ask you a real important question. And you don't have to answer it now, but I think you're gonna have to talk with Warren about this. You know, since the closing of the theaters, right, in Lihue, the cinema, okay, the only real theater that's left open is the historic Waimea Theater. If this thing proves to be successful, will you be making this a regular where people maybe can get a hold of the latest movies in town and make it like a drive-in theater?
You know, I think one of the biggest challenges that you know, Blaine again been having is trying to get the license for this, and the license can go from $400 to $1,000. Yeah.
For sure.
And we're kind of limited to what kind of movie we could show and all of that. But definitely, you know, tomorrow night is going to be a test. First time to see, you know, where we stand with this. We want to do one on the west side too, because I know Hanapepe Pop Warner, Alden Pablo always wanted to do one there. So we made it a point, well, you know what, we're going to do Lihue first, Puhi Park, with Grove Farm. And then, you know, probably next month, we're going to hit to the west side, down at Hanapepe Field. But hey, you know, anything can happen. Yeah, we may be in a movie business. Who knows? During off season. But you know, Warren made a good point. It can be for, you know, award ceremonies. It can be for many other things. And just funny is, Waimea High School graduation is already, you know, reserved for them to use it for the graduation, because you know it's something different. Yeah. And you know, that's a great point that Warren brought up, is that it's not just about the movies, award ceremonies, and that's something that we were looking at with our scholastics and, you know, with our during the football season. So we're kind of excited with this. I mean, we can do, you know, many wonders with this movie thing. And so, you know, we'll see what happens tomorrow night. We're very excited. And, you know, again, I just want to thank Warren again, you know, with the partnership and what he did for Pop Warner. I'm very, you know, we are very blessed and humble, as well as Auntie Steph, you know, for giving us a lot of support and helping us in many fundraisers and connecting us with the right people. So I just want to thank, you know, a big shout out to them.
Yeah, well, thank you. You know, very welcome. And Charlie, to follow up on your question, I mean, you know, we have that great park with over 5 acres central to the island. So we're more than willing to use it for different community kinds of things. We've talked about having, you know, when things open up in a safe manner, Kanakapila, a lot of music, for perhaps different types of music each week. We even explored having a community bone dance or bone dance food festival, things of that sort, ethnic kinds of, you know, events that are valued and, you know, could not go on. But because of the size of the park, because of the availability of parking around it, and, you know, we have a lot of flexibility. So all of those things are, you know, options for the community to reach out to us, and then we'll certainly consider it.
I'm glad you brought that up, Warren, because I was going to talk to you about this later on. But Charlie, when this COVID is done, Charlie is hosting a concert like this island has never seen. Entertainers from all over the state. We got food, restaurants from all over. And we're going to do it at Vidina Stadium. And I'm thinking, you know what? We could, with the Papuana screen, you can strategically position the screen in an area where people all over the park can see it. So not just the ones that are close enough to the stage, but it would be like the big Megatron at the Dallas Cowboy Stadium. But it's going to be so massive, thousands of people. Maybe we can ask KCC to borrow the parking lot and we can shuttle people in. But this is going to be massive. It's going to be huge. And I cannot thank Charlie enough. So Warren, maybe that's a possibility for your park over there. I think would be fabulous.
Yeah, that we want to do something like that, Charlie. We'd be happy to work with you. The other place that we thought we could do that would be on the Puakia Golf Course. We have a huge driving range, and we could put up the stage and the screen on one side, and everybody can be on the lawn, you know. There's ample parking.
Well, Warren, you know, I think first, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But, you know, when something like that comes from Mel Raposo, you give him a hint, he's going to take a much over. Okay? Just to give you a hint.
Charlie, time out. This has already been confirmed by Stephanie Iona. It's already been
Oh, yeah.
confirmed. So it's done. Charlie, I'm sorry. Charlie gonna be playing music. Charlie gonna be playing music. He's gonna be one of the groups entertaining, and it's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so much fun. I simply just cannot wait. Cannot wait. We
You
just
know,
gotta kick COVID's ass so we can move on with our lives. That's it.
you know, when you all these secret things coming up, I mean, is there like a hidden camera in my house that you watching me now? Or what's happening here now?
No, your wife said it on the air live.
Oh, when was this?
Probably a month ago, 2 months ago. Yeah, it's done. But Warren, just to answer your question, yeah, we would love to partner, and the golf course actually sounds really, really good, man. That sounds.
I love the golf course. It's a beautiful locale. And
Look, the comments are already coming in. When is the concert? I'm coming from Oahu. We'll get so many people. It's gonna be solid. All our small businesses will be there so they can share their products and their services and make money. It'll be awesome. It'll be.
oh, brother, put it this way: if I just put on 25 pounds more, then I can be Josh Totofi.
Josh is coming. Josh is coming. We got them all. They're all coming. It'll be amazing. Elvis is coming. Elvis Presley will be here.
Okay, while you're on that subject, Mal, do you want to bring the WWE as well? Is that you want?
That's
to do
coming later. We gotta come in later.
that? All right.
Well, appreciate you guys' time. I know we went way beyond our normal time. Look, Cindy's asking if they can buy VIP tickets. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Terry, like you mentioned, the films, the movies are not free. You cannot go copy them from Netflix and put them the DVD and put them in the machine and play them. You got to buy the rights. You got to buy the license. If someone would want to help, we got so many viewers. We got generous viewers across this state, across the country, really. If someone wants to make a donation, if let's say someone wants to sponsor your next movie night and want to pay for the license for the next movie night, how can they contact you or your or Pop Warner?
Well, you can reach me at 634-5635. And if I don't answer, just leave a message or text me. And definitely, we always, looking for donations. One thing I want to ask the people that come in tomorrow night, please, please go to our food booth, because the money that we raise tomorrow night at the food booth is going to help pay for the movies. Yeah. So please honor the food booth tomorrow. I know drive-in, you want to bring, whether it's McDonald's or your own food, but please take the time to come out and support our food booth. I think we got patele, mac salad and rice and Patsy's dessert, for $10. We have drinks out there. We have popcorn. We have hot dogs. So please support the food booth, because that's what's going to pay for the movies, and whatever money we have left over is what we're going to throw in our general fund, to help bring our registration fees down. That's our number one goal. Knowing all these families been struggling out there, we are working very hard to bring our registration fees down. Our registration fees average $100. Our goal, which might be out of reach maybe, but want to bring it down to $50 if possible per child, just for this 1 year. Try to bring the families back, because everybody's going to struggle. But yeah, please honor our food booth. We really would appreciate that.
What's the number again, Teddy? What's the number again? 634
5635.
And Terry, if say somebody wants to make a donation, but they will not go to tomorrow's event, where can they make a donation to help offset this cost if they wanted to?
You can basically send me your information, and I'll reach out and get you make it out to Kauai Pop Warner Football League. Yeah. And I don't have our mailing address. But if you reach out to me on my cell phone, I can email you the address. Okay. Yeah, and basically get it out there. I mean, we always really looking forward for donations out there. We're very fortunate, at times to get donations and all of that. But let me assure you that every donation we get, it goes to the kids. every donation. So thank you very much, to the community, all the business people out there. We really appreciate it and want to thank you guys.
No,
And they just use the QR code.
What's that?
Can they just use this QR code, the right
Yeah,
hand?
so guys, right after we get off there, I'm gonna post this up on my page, and you just take your cell phone, open your camera, put it on the QR code on the right side. It'll open up a website that you can make a donation.
Okay.
It is to purchase food or make a donation. So those of you guys out there that get that the rich ones that are watching, make a donation, guys. Help out Koi Papuana Football League. Help our KK. If we can get the registration fees down to $50, we got a whole lot more kids on the field, away from trouble. And so I'll get this up right after. I'll tag Charlie and I'll tag Patsy and I'll tag everybody. Please share it. But all you got to do is take a picture of that QR code on the right side. Do the left side first to get your tickets for tomorrow night, and the right side to make a donation. And it's greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated.
Email. There's so much I was reading. I didn't realize that it was on top of the code. I apologize. Thank you guys. I see it right now. Make a donation right there. You're right.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you to
No,
Mel
no.
and Charlie for all that you guys do.
oh, thank you.
During the entire 1 year now, and you guys certainly helped pull the island together. We appreciate it. And Mel,
Well-
I'm glad that you didn't wear your Kauai High School red shirt tonight.
I would have worn my Papuana shirt, but Charlie made me wear Aloha shirts on Fridays.
I
So
see.
it's Feel Good Friday. That's why I wear the Aloha shirts on Friday. Otherwise, it would have been a Papuana shirt. I get so much in my closet, but I had the right one picked for tonight, but I gotta wear this. P.O. Box 1264. Check the comments, people. P.O. Box 1264 Lawai is where you can make a donation if you don't not gonna do them on the QR code.
Hey Mel, you got the new shirt we made, right? Kauai Strong.
Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna be wearing that tomorrow night. The board members decided to make a shirt like that, and want to let everybody know, Kauai Strong. I got them on right now. Hopefully you can see them.
Oh, yeah, that one. I'm sorry. I thought you was talking about the one that Kai made. Yeah, I actually have that. I'm gonna wear them tomorrow night.
Yeah, we all wearing that tomorrow night.
Okay.
And Warren, I got a shirt for you and Nikki also
Okay,
for you
thank
guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Any closing comments, guys, before we wrap up? Warren?
No, thank you very
Eddie?
much.
No, thank you and Charlie for all you guys done for the past year. Doing you guys show. I think it's great information you guys giving out to the community, and I also want to thank all the first responders out there for all they did for the community, and Mayor Derek Kawakami. Just thank you guys very much.
Charles?
Well, I'd like to say thank you to our esteemed guests on this portion of our show. Thank you to Mr. Warren Haruki and Mr. Teddy Arroyo. Also earlier to Talea, I believe. I want to thank her, Wailua Granola. And to our viewers, thank you so much for sticking with us. It's been a year. It's not over yet, but let's just keep ourselves safe. If those who are supposedly thinking out for the best interest of us is not, then we have to think how we can keep ourselves safe from this pandemic, because we're seeing numbers start climbing again, and it's not like it wasn't going to happen. The experts have said it's going to happen, so we just have to be careful and just take one day at a time. But most of all, it's all about helping community. So tomorrow is going to be a great event. If you have the chance, please donate if you can to help offset. I brought that up because I can feel Mrs. Iona looking at me from behind the walls that, okay, get your checkbook out, Mr. Iona, because they say, we can talk about it or we can do something about it. And I put out the challenge to many of those up on the North Shore, good people up there, but there are some that kind of was challenging us that, when we put in some kind of post about rubbish that, hey, don't talk about it, pick it up if you, and I thought the individual totally missed the point. So this is one challenge I made to these individuals. If you have a chance, I was about helping our kids, dig deep in your pockets and make a donation yourself. It goes a long way. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate what you guys are doing for our kids. I tell you, that's what it's going to take, staying together throughout this pandemic. Warren, all that you and Grow Farm do for our community. I
Yeah.
mean, it just, we really don't know how to thank you enough. And we will definitely hook up again to share what Grow Farm is doing. We'll dedicate a whole show to that. To all our viewers, again, we appreciate you guys. If you can get out there tomorrow night, please do. Go back. I'll post a picture up later on tonight. Also tomorrow morning, if you have never been to the Grove Farm Parks Farmers Market, you gotta go check it out tomorrow. Go check it out tomorrow, 9:30 in the morning. Head out to Kukuyula store. Please support Talia with Wailua Granola, and then of course come back and watch the movie tomorrow night. We appreciate all of you guys. You guys stay safe. Remember, regardless of what other people do, we can take care of ourselves and do what we need to do to stay safe. Wear your mask, wash your hands, avoid gatherings, and share aloha. All right, you guys, we love you guys. Take care, stay safe. God bless. We'll see you guys on Monday.
All right, thank you. Aloha.
Aloha.